Okay, let's give you guys some more practice. So, given this function here, this function is defined as f of x equals x to the power of 3. Now, later on, I'm going to transform this function, and your job is to write down the equation of the new function. Okay. In the last video, I gave you something like this, and I just left it as f of x. I just left the function as f of x. I didn't actually define the function. I didn't actually tell you exactly what the function is. In this video, I've actually defined the function itself. So now you see in the previous video, you would have your answer would be something along this line. Something along this line. I can't remember exactly what. This would be your final answer. But in this video, because I've actually defined it, I want the exact equation for the new function. Okay, you see what I mean later. So given this function here, I'm going to transform this. Hang on, I'm going to stretch it out. I'm going to stretch it out by a factor of 2. So hang on. So by a factor of 2, I mean by this. Well, this is 1 here. I'm going to move it out to the 2. Okay, and this is the this is the 1 here. Then I'm going to move it out to the 2 here. So I'm going to stretch it outwards. Okay, so hang on. So this one here, this is what at the moment I'm slowly transforming it. Later on, your job's to come up with the equation for the new function. Okay, so that's done on the left hand side. On the right hand side, I'm going to do this. I'm going to stretch it out. Hang on. Okay, and then I'm going to move everything up by. Now I'm going to move everything. Yeah, I'm going to move everything up by 1. So so this would be this. Hang on. Hang on. So yep. So I'm going to move everything up by 1. So this here is a new function here. Let's call it g of x now. G of x. Now I want you to write down the equation for g of x. So the function, the new function here, g of x equals what? Okay. I don't want it in this form where when we squeezed it, it was actually we'll come up with the equation, the exact equation for this line here. Okay. So press pause and have a go. What does g of x equal? Press pause and have a go. Okay, so earlier we started out with f of x equals x to the power of 3. Now, when we stretch it, you know, when we squeeze it, it would be, if we have something like f of 2x, we would squeeze it inwards. But because we are stretching it out in this direction now, it's by a factor of 2, it's actually a half. So at the moment, it's f of x equals x to the power of 3. Now, our first step was to stretch everything outwards. So it would have been this. Hang on, f of half of x here. You see, when it's f of 2x, everything gets squeezed inwards. But because it's f of half of an x, everything will get stretched outwards. Well, anyway, we stretched it first, so it's going to be f of half of x. So what that means is you're going to put x over 2 into this thing here, into the bubble here. Okay, so this will become x. Hang on, this will become x over 2 to the power of 3. Okay, and then later and then we moved it upwards. So so it would be well, I'm going to do it over here, and then it would be f of a half x plus 1. So that this here equals this thing plus 1. So it will be x over 2 to the power of 3 to the power of 3 plus 1. So you see, and then later on, and then we call this g of x. So we can say that g of x equals x over 2 to the power of 3 plus 1. You see, this here is our new function. Okay,